What else is on the agenda? The Afrobeats community is beefing Margs.
Oh, you know what? I know what Margs was trying to say, man. I know what he was trying to say. I understand.
Should you run
exactly.
can you run the clip, please, Vans?
Yeah.
Thank you. Context over everything. Yeah.
Fols is a nutter.
To go number one.
What else you about it? I'm crazy. You lot around me. You lot must be nuts too.
Stupid Afrobeats tracks, not make none of them pop rhythms. Like you kind of have
Run
to
it from the
respect
beginning,
it.
He was talking about nines.
For him to go
nines
number one,
bucket.
yeah, and not even like make none of them stupid Afrobeats tracks, not make none of them pop rhythms. Like you kind of have to respect it. That's kind of like the dream, because enough man go against shit that they stand for just for sales and shit, but keeps it true to himself. So yeah, respect to that stuff. For him.
I know what he meant.
So that was from Listening Party. They
Yeah.
reviewed Nines' album Crabs in a Bucket. So you feel like you know what he was trying to say.
Yeah, of course. He was basically trying to say he wasn't making any of the. Do you get it? Because let's not get twisted. Airplane Mode with NSG, obviously the Afrobeats artist. Airplane Mode is a quality song. That's why he didn't include Airplane Mode in what he was saying. What he meant was he's not doing songs with, do you get it, the Instagram dons, the Spotify single dons, the this, the that, you know, the single artists.
The watered down stuff
yeah,
that plays on like
that's what
mainstream
he meant.
radio.
That's
daytime.
all he meant. I get it. But to outside, I'm not saying Margs on outside, but is he Jamaican?
Yeah, he's not from Africa.
Cool, he's not from Africa. Yeah. Right, so obviously the sound, you're thinking, this is Afrobeats, Afro swing, Afro whatever. To him, it's just Afrobeats, isn't it? That's what he said. I agree with what he's saying. He shouldn't have said Afrobeat. He could have just said stupid pop songs, and we'll know what he meant because we've had this conversation. The sound is pop now anyway.
Yeah.
Do you get it? But he said Afrobeats. Obviously, man took it to heart. NSU took it to heart, but it's like, you're on the albums. He wasn't talking about you. But I understand why people are angry because he said stupid Afrobeats, but I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying. He just shouldn't have said the words.
Stupid shouldn't have been in there.
No, stupid is fine. Stupid's fine.
He shouldn't have put Afrobeats. He
should have said Afro swing or the Afro.
But then he's dissing another genre as well.
And we would have still kind of probably got upset at that as well.
Yeah, true. You know? He should have, if he was really on smoke, he should have mentioned specific artists.
Yeah, because like
because we know who he's talking about.
Yeah, like I want to know who that was in reference to.
I mean, you know, like
who?
He's probably talking about like the Swamses and the.
Yeah.
But none of them albums went number one, so you can't give that example.
No, but
like
he's
the
saying
songs. The songs are big. They've done like millions and millions of streams.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. He's like, I respect the fact that he's gone number one without doing so and so.
Yeah, exactly.
But all the niggas that have gone number one, you have to compare it to that. Because they've all gone number one being authentically themselves.
Yeah.
So why are you bringing up that argument?
Yeah.
Because
Nines was only ever going to be himself.
Yeah, but I think it's common, innit, to get your quick. Obviously, let's say you're a.
I think what he's speaking to isn't as in terms of our top. You see, like our album artists that we care about.
Yeah.
What he's speaking to is something of old. It isn't current now.
And Nines was one of the last to go number one. So like you've had examples now. So
you know the blueprint.
It's not that no more. Yeah. It's not like this is what we had. It's not 2008 where Titty Strider had to do that.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a whole new thing.
The furthest he will go is doing a song with NSG and Shaku in the video. That's the furthest you probably get with regards to like mainstream Nines. And it's even though obviously I hear what you're saying. And when obviously I'll get into like how I feel about what he said. The irony in what he said, he probably doesn't realize it's a backhanded compliment. What you're actually saying is Afrobeats is now the popping sound. So those traditional pop songs like that are really cheesy, corny, that it feels like you're doing yourself a disservice. If Nines wants to go pop, he can just go and do a song of NSG. Like that's an option now. You can go and get. You spoke about. You can go and get Young T and Bugsy. Like look, with me and Sosa were talking about in the car. Look how much fun Heady One looked like he was having in the Princess Cuts video. And that in terms of his core audience, like the Steppers, the Drillers from early, that's probably pop to them.
But it's a quality.
That's a quality song.
Yeah.
You know.
I think Margs is just talking to the, you know how I'm talking about the single ones. They'll get who will they get on it? You know what I mean, man?
And I definitely understand that example.
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
In the context of what it takes to go number one, it's an outdated.
You don't even need that.
Yeah, it's an outdated thing.
It's an old thing, isn't
it?
Yeah. Dave went number one like with songs like Black as a single.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
it's outdated, but equally it does raise your profile, and it does the things that as soon as they're labels, but the metrics that I use now are streams and how many views you get. Do you get it? No one really cares about how much you sold. That's not really when people think about I'm a successful artist. They might not even have sold a lot, but it's the numbers of streams.
You go number one on a quiet week.
Exactly, video views, followers, whatever. So if you're looking to raise your profile, because cool, Nines is Nines, yeah. But let's say around before Corona, a random girl in a club in like Stoke on a student night, she's not gonna be listening to fucking.
But she may not NSG.
Right, not even NSG. She'll know the others, like the
Young T, Bugsy, possibly.
Not even them. I'll talk about like the ones who are just
The
quick,
Swans.
right? Yeah, and
Okay,
like
fair.
the quick single artists. You get it? So
fair.
that's what he means. So cool. He might not go to number one with them kind of songs, but he'll definitely be introduced to a wider audience with them kind of songs.
Of course,
you get
yeah.
it? So
Wording was a bit off.
The wording
was very
the
off,
wording was
but I
off.
get what he
I
means.
do like that he got flogged. You know why?
Yeah.
Say something crazy right now on this podcast about the soca community. We're getting flogged.
Soca.
So I'm just saying in regards to like how people rep their song,
of course.
their genres, innit?
Yeah.
Same way with like the dancehall,
Yeah.
like if you say something like, see how when the WizKid and Vibes clash was for NS 10v10, he called that big uproar online and loads of conversation. That community reps their thing. Afrobeat is getting to that point where don't even say nothing. I don't even care if you was. We took it a wrong way. Don't say nothing crazy.
It's stupid.
Don't
man.
put our name in your mouth.
You can have your opinion and say that you're not a fan of a genre. It's okay. Like, why is it okay to say, oh yeah, I don't like hip hop or I don't listen to hip hop without anyone getting offended? But as soon as I understand that it's attached to
what is attached? It was the
It's
word. The
culture,
word
innit? It's the wording.
culture. It's attached.
And also, man,
it's not for everyone
man
to
got
like, and
PTSD in it.
people-
Man, I've got PTSD. Let's keep it. Man got PTSD in regards to how some of us have been treated back in the day. Some of the jokes. So now our thing is popping. Everybody's joining our stuff. Don't come and try and like pour our fire out and allow it, bruv. Like,
And I think also as a music man, Margs should probably know better to get it. You should know what your genres are. You should know what. Like, I don't particularly listen to drill. No, I'm trying shit.
You should know the climate of the
I
game
listen to
because
drill.
like you're
But
paid.
exactly.
You're being like you're
To say your opinion. So if
To
you're talking
say
your
your
opinion, you should
opinion.
know what's good. So you should know that the genre you're talking about isn't Afrobeats.
yeah.
You get it?
just
So-
be. When it's got that kind of traction,
Of
like
course, of
you
course.
need to have
Man said
a bit
stupid
more
Afrobeats.
accuracy in what you're saying.
But to what your point, yeah, maybe not today, but it's a wider conversation. I think we do need to address the different genres with Afrobeats. There is a problem with like Afro pop, Afro wave, Afro fusion. All these things get lumped under Afrobeats. So maybe that's why someone like a Marks can mishear something. I think that's just Afrobeats. Because man said Belinda or Ginger one time. Or
Ginger.
Like, there's
What
little
is the bondage
buzzwords.
with
I don't
Ginger
know.
at the moment?
There's these little
What is
buzzwords.
the
innit?
spiritual There's put like 4 Ginger Afrobeats
like-
tunes out like right now.
There's certain little
Ginger
buzzwords where you sing in a
Swagger.
certain tone and you say like,
The
be
drum
young. Like,
patterns and whatever.
like
Yeah.
A
I
little
rate Be Young, you
saxophone
know.
on it.
I
Yeah.
like Be Young.
yeah.
I do.
So I'm just saying as an example, like there's a style that people do like when they want
Yeah.
to try and jump in Afro. They don't have to really
Better
sing that well or really
07
rap that
behind me.
well. Yeah. So and it works and then people look at that as Afrobeats. Whereas when I'm
Agreed.
listening to like Olamide and that, them man they don't compare to him, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the same, innit? It's not that's not Afrobeats, but that's a wider conversation about
Yes.
addressing because if we don't label our genres correctly, someone else will label for us and then we'll be upset later.
So I just think Margs should know better.
Yeah.
You're someone who's been in music for a long time, innit? So like, I think you can hold the L.
Yeah, no,
And it
It's not-
breeds-
it's not- it's not that deep.
breeds ignorance
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw the other
yeah,
tweets
yeah.
from his co-host from his podcast.
Yeah.
I saw the extra stuff and that, and I'm on. Vance also knows. I've been a fan of their podcast. Love what they've done and how they've come through the game in this
Listen
Corona
Party.
period. No behavior.
Oh,
So I
okay.
didn't rate the tweets from loons on the internet and that for me is corny, it's outdated, it's played out. If you run them jokes, your brethrens offline in your little section, cool. Don't come here with that because man's gonna flog you online with regards to like that. Those like those African jokes. Man ain't.
It wasn't even that
Man
deep.
will put jollof in your eye, bro. Like.
Pepper.
Yeah, so yeah, allow me, man.
Yeah, he just should have. He should have just stopped that stupid pop because pop, to be honest, describes it perfectly, and that would have been ridiculous. We were like, what the hell is this? But the fact that he still made a pop song and it was quality, like you said, is testament to the fact that it's a bad album. Like bad album.
Have you not seen any of the recent Daily Duppies?
Yeah, I liked what Digga D did.
Yeah.
I need to watch Lethal's.
Yeah.
Lethal Bees was
I need to watch it.
from
I
an
heard the
aesthetic point
beat.
of view.
Nice.
I like the suit. I like
Flex
the cognac.
talk. You know.
Yeah.
But then it's almost like I've never looked to Lethal B for bars.
Yeah. So
And then
I didn't get it.
I'm not looking to you for street content. So at the end of the day, it'll be unfair for man to go meh. He is where he's at. He's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
He's doing fantastic.
Oh
He's
no,
talking,
like, it wasn't the content
Yeah.
that was the issue for me. Like I
What was
loved
the- what was the
everything that he
issue
was
with it?
saying. I just felt like
Because I haven't seen it.
someone else would have conveyed it much better.
But the maddest thing is someone else would have done that. I mean, and they're actually lying. He is 9-10 M's up.
And that's the unfortunate
said?
part of
Yeah,
this.
he is.
And that's where it was unfortunate for me because like I wanted to enjoy it, but I was just bored because he didn't have the type of cadence that I needed from that with what he was saying. Do you know what I'm saying? And there was like loads of bars that he kind of missed. He didn't go into the right pockets for me. So I was just like, all right, this is cool. You know, he's spitting some real shit, like, you know, like
He's
Pops
up,
weren't
got
really,
buildings in Ghana
you
and
know,
stuff, you know.
He moved his mum back to Ghana. She comes back and forth, so he copped her a flat, and I was like, wow, okay, like,
Love
you know.
it,
And he'd been done that from years ago. He moved his
Yeah, I
mum
love
home.
that. Love
Yeah,
that.
he's lost 500 racks in whips, like, you know, living within your means. A lot of things that he was saying in there, I was like, all right, cool, man. But it just sounded very like
It's mad. If
like
Terminator,
a seminar.
Scorch's Brethren came and gave us that sermon, that street sermon, it would have probably been received with more open arms. Because every
not,
few
not in
months,
that type of beat.
Terminator just jumps. Obviously, he's gonna have to find the right beat. He just jumps out and then just starts telling us, "Yeah, you man got condensation in your crib. You got asbestos. You got
Condensation. What specific kind
you
of
got mold.
Condensation.
No, but he's talking real stuff. He's like, yeah, you got
Wow.
mold. It's affecting the value of your house. and he's talking from a cruddy perspective.
Do you know what? Yeah, that's peak.
So you would have
because
preferred like a Blade to do it? Is that what you're saying?
probably, maybe he would have filled in like.
But
the
is that
pockets
our
a
maybe
bit
our
more.
problem
I
more
think
than
it is. I
Lethal?
think-
Because like
yeah.
it's like we need it to be packaged from a certain
Yeah.
like drip,
Yeah.
bust down all this stuff. Lethal is not lying. Like he
No,
is,
he's not. He's not. He's
And I
not.
feel like
And
what
and
he's-
it's like I said again, it's got nothing to do with the actual lyrics, with the content. Like
delivery.
I-
was
yeah, it was
Delivery.
delivery, and
Yeah.
like someone else would have added like an extra word or two to kind of complete the sentence rather than leaving it gappy. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's just how I felt. But apart from that, man came in a double-breasted flipping blazer. You know, like he had the cognac glass in there. He was
That's
sipping
lovely.
it.
I rate Lethal.
He was
B, to be
pouring
honest.
it out like for his, you know.
Do you
I was
think
like,
he's
yeah, it's dope.
RJZ or on the way to becoming?
No.
Or could be?
Because
That's
the
unfair,
bars
that's-
have,
yeah,
because the bars have to
Some-
match as well.
No, I don't mean no. I don't mean like.
In what
Wait,
you got
what-
be
what-
specific then, so not
Business,
music.
I mean business wise, or like as an example.
we can't. Do you know why we can't say that? We need to know more because all we
And-
know
Okay.
business wise is Dench.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Donny's screaming 9 million, my man screaming 1 billion. The metrics is like
Yeah,
a
of course, but I
madness.
mean like the because I'm trying to think.
Fucking hell, niggas don't appreciate shit.
I know, honestly, because you know what it is for
Hey,
me. Yeah,
I will swap places with him in a heartbeat, nigga. I'm out. No more
I said
podcast.
it's only 9.
Well, no, but no, because like I
So
know
I
that
said
the
why I said
potential
that.
is bigger than that. Like we're comparing a
but
30-something-year-old
Do you
man
know what?
to
It
a
shouldn't even be a
50-year-old.
comparison. I know what you're
It
trying to
shouldn't be
say,
a
but it
comparison.
shouldn't because it's so
Okay.
unfair. Man's had so many years ahead, and like
Yeah.
America's at the center of popular culture. Like we're in our infancy in it. So the fact we've got someone that can say on record, someone that's in reach, that to his credit has actually had his arms open with regards to younger talent.
Yeah.
He's on that Back Row G song. I didn't like it, but like
Yeah.
I've noticed that like he doesn't. There's no distance between him and new artists.
Yeah.
Stormzy on tour
Yeah.
really early. He's always had his kind of. He's not the OG that hates type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He will
that's
put you
what
on,
I
give you
mean,
information.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I actually, that's
Yeah.
why I do like him in that
I
space.
respect
I
Lethal.
want to hear him talk more.
Yeah.
I want to, because
Get
like,
him on a podcast.
yeah, no, I'm going to reach out. I'd love to do because I ain't seen him do much of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like-
he just seems to be existing.
And this is
And
it. And this
existing
is
well.
it. That's
Existing
why, like,
quietly.
I was saying, like, obviously,
Okay.
it wasn't to belittle like what he's
No, of
achieved
course,
here.
of course.
It's just like the metrics are different, and like my man's had so much years ahead of Lethal, and Lethal's still young in this thing.
Yeah,
Like, he's an
yeah,
OG,
it's
but
true.
he's
Don't
young
be
at the
surprised
same
if we
time.
don't turn out another 10, 15 years in.
Exactly.
And it's now 50 or
Like,
100.
because when he made Oi, I don't even think he probably would have thought that this thing would have made him 1 million, let alone the numbers that
Think
he's
about
talking.
all the artists he was making music with back then. They're not even close to where he's at now. That's not
I
this to
think-
them. It
I
just
think
shows
he's got
that like
potential.
how far he's got to.
I think he's
Yeah.
got the potential.
Yeah.
I think as soon as he saw an opportunity, he just ran with it and took it.
Yeah.
He's milked every.
I like Lethal B, man. I do. You're right. I do want to hear him talk more. I want to hear more about his businesses, more about, because I remember on Snap when he was talking about don't buy your chain, do this, or his dad told him like do this, put your money down for a flat, and then he's had the same like random flat all this time in his portfolio, and now it's like it's worth. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I'd like to.
He's not
Hear him
like
talk
when he
more.
made what he made from his first successful song. He knew how to
Flip it.
flip it and just put it into different places, and it paid off in the end. I think he was always talking about it being a marathon rather than a sprint. So
I really like Lethal B.
it's all about longevity at the
It
end
is.
of the day, man. The
It is.
ability to sustain.
So other than Lethal,
know.
we've got Blade opening
Businesses abroad, BXB,
Abroad.
is it Ibiza?
and
Yeah.
Spain and Barcelona.
Yeah.
We've got obviously Play Dirty, but there's a lot more of them and they're younger. And
Disturbing
then
London.
Disturbing London with Tiny,
Al-
etc.
Although
I
they've been
know.
accused lately.
Wizkid ain't happy, but easy ever.
Run Wizkid his peas, man.
Yeah. And then
Expeditiously.
who else? That's it, really.
Obviously, you got Murky, you got the SM1 camp. Like, there's people that are like.
I know, but I think that like. Yeah, we've got Murky and SM1. Okay, cool. Let me not chat about Murky because they are doing a lot with the publishing. It's moving into different avenues.
And also, he's taking, in terms of like the music business, trust me, they got that new Def Jam UK. He's going to take it to some different heights that we've never seen before. And you're going to really see what artists from this country are capable of in regards to like cleaning house and getting this money. All the bread that man has been like, all the artists that came maybe 15, 20 years ago that didn't get paid properly and got finessed, people like Storm, they're going to be able to benefit from now knowing better and having the right people. Because you also have to have right people in your corner, innit? And making sure you eat properly. So I think, aside from business, like, man shouldn't even have to be the best at business. Man should be able to be a creative. These companies are worth billions. And man is getting scraps.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, our artists need to eat. Yeah. And really, really eat.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So that I like seeing, innit? But yeah, it's interesting that, like, it wasn't even to dig at you in this, but it's just, even though I know it was joking, just interesting to see like how some messages sometimes you don't want from certain people, even though that person is the best person to convey it, because they ain't lying at all.
Yeah.
The guy ain't coming out and talk like trying to give us tales of like gun talk and badness and that. But you've been successful for years.
To do that, man. Like, and
we wouldn't receive it well from him.
When I saw the attire and I heard like the beat. Like 5 seconds in, I was like, yeah, he's gonna talk that flex talk.
I appreciate that. That.
So, but yeah, another Daily Duppy that came out was Chips recently.
Yeah, to celebrate turning 30.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
To celebrate turning 30. Rimsey as well.
Rimsey. We spoke about Rimsey, I think maybe like a week when we had the pod. Yeah. Chips was cool. We just want to hear the tape.
The last one I saw was IVD, to be honest.
I wasn't even a dude. I just want to hear the tape, innit?
Yeah, but do you find it funny that like he's had to push it back?
Hey, pull up your mic. Remember what I was saying? We was talking about Chip and Stormzy. Yeah.
Listen,
it was necessary.
For those of you who can't see, H has a.
Actually, you will live long.
H has a. Fols said bedazzled, but I'm looking for
bejeweled.
A bust down do-rag.
A bust down do-rag. It's glistening. It's sparkling.
Like a Patek.
Yeah, it's giving you angles, and also I feel like it might be crushed velvet as well. Small, just like light. Do you get it? Certain man in here hating, to be expected.
Wow.
I mean,
it's big worm.
Fols is wearing a silk do-rag.
Yeah, he is. No, he's got a bonnet.
A bonnet.
You're not on the mic, sir. If you want to address me, step up to the mic and we can do this properly.
Head accessory wars.
Yeah. My black brother's out here just embracing the edges, growing out the hair and that, just tapping into our melanin powers. What do you want me to do?
Love it. We love to see.
If you knew the finest of oils that's in his hair right now.
You love it.
Of course I'm going to wear a bonnet.
Deep condition with the cling film wrapped.
That's it.
And a head top.
Period.